Did you know that the Atlantic Ocean is getting wider every single year? It might not seem like much, but it's growing by about the same speed that your fingernails grow. This means that North America and Europe are slowly, but surely, drifting apart. It's a strange thought, isn't it? The very ground we stand on, which feels so solid and permanent, is actually in constant silent motion. We don't feel it happening because the change is incredibly slow, unfolding over millions of years. But this movement is powerful enough to build mountains, create oceans, and completely redraw the map of our world. It's one of the biggest and most amazing stories our planet has to tell. This incredible process is called continental drift. It's the idea that Earth's continents have moved over geological time relative to each other. They weren't always where they are today. Imagine our planet's land masses as giant rafts floating on a very, very slow-moving sea. For a long time, scientists didn't believe this was possible. They looked at the world map and saw the coast of Africa and coast of South America like two pieces of a giant jigsaw puzzle. But how could entire continents possibly move? It seemed like science fiction. The journey to understanding this began with a scientist named Alfred Wegener in the early 1900s. He discovered fossils of the same ancient plants and animals on continents that are now separated by vast oceans. Wegener proposed that the continents themselves were once connected, allowing these creatures to roam freely across a single massive land. He had all this compelling evidence that they did move, but he was missing the mechanism, the engine that was driving this colossal planetary shift. Let's travel back in time, way back, long before dinosaurs, before flowers, and even before the first complex animals roamed the land. About 300 million years ago, the world looked nothing like it does today. All the continents we know, North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, Australia, and Antarctica, were smashed together into one enormous supercontinent. Scientists call this massive landmass Pangaea, which means all lands in Greek. Imagine a world with just one continent and one gigantic ocean called Panthalassa, which means all seas. It's a completely alien version of Earth, yet it's a very real chapter in our planet's history. Living on Pangaea would have been a strange experience. The climate in the center of the supercontinent would have been extremely dry and harsh, far from the moderating influence of the ocean. The animals and plants of that time could have, in theory, walked from modern-day Antarctica all the way to modern-day Siberia without ever crossing a major body of water. This is why paleontologists find similar fossils on continents that are now thousands of miles apart. They aren't just similar, they are the exact same species, providing a fossil breadcrumb trail that leads us back to this ancient unified land. But nothing on Earth stays the same forever. Just as Pangaea was formed by continents coming together, it was also destined to be torn apart. Starting around 200 million years ago, immense forces from within the Earth began to stretch and crack the supercontinent. Rifts formed and molten rock surged up from the planet's mantle. These rifts slowly widened, and water began to flood in. This was the birth of the oceans we know today. The breakup of Pangaea didn't happen all at once. It was a slow and messy divorce that took over 100 million years. So what is this incredible force that can move entire continents? The answer lies in a theory called plate tectonics. It's the grand, unifying theory of geology, and it finally provided the how that Alfred Wegener was missing. The basic idea is that the Earth's outer layer, called the lithosphere, isn't one solid piece. Instead, it's broken up into about a dozen large rigid slabs called tectonic plates. These plates are enormous. Some are the size of entire continents while others lie beneath the oceans. These plates float on a hotter, softer, and more fluid layer of the mantle called the asthenosphere. You can think of the tectonic plates like crackers floating on top of a thick, hot soup. The heat from the Earth's core creates slow-moving convection currents in the mantle, much like the currents you see in a pot of boiling water. Hotter, less dense material from deep within the mantle rises, cools as it nears the surface, and then sinks back down in a continuous slow-motion loop. These powerful currents circulate beneath the plates, dragging them along for the ride. It's this internal heat engine of our planet that drives the movement of the continents. These plates don't all move in the same direction. They interact with each other at their boundaries in three main ways. Where plates pull apart, we have a divergent boundary. This is happening right down the middle of the Atlantic Ocean at the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. Here, magma rises from the mantle to fill the gap, creating new oceanic crust and pushing the plates on either side further apart. Where plates collide, we have a convergent boundary. When a dense oceanic plate collides with a lighter continental plate, the oceanic plate is forced underneath in a process called subduction. But when two continental plates crash into each other, neither one wants to give way. Instead, the crust buckles and crumples upwards, forming massive mountain ranges. The majestic Himalayas are a perfect example of this, formed by the ongoing collision of the Indian plate with the Eurasian plate. This continental movement isn't just something that happened in the distant past, it is happening right now, all around us. We can measure it with incredible precision using GPS technology. The Pacific Plate is moving northwest, which is why California experiences so many earthquakes along the San Andreas Fault, a boundary where it grinds past the North American plate. Africa is slowly pushing northward, closing the Mediterranean Sea, Italy, Greece, Turkey. In the distant future, this slow-motion collision will likely cause the Mediterranean to disappear entirely, replaced by a new mountain range rivaling the Himalayas. So, if we can look back and reconstruct Pangaea, can we also look forward and predict a future supercontinent? Geologists believe we can. By projecting the current movements of the plates millions of years into the future, they can create models of what our planet might look like. One popular model predicts the formation of a new supercontinent called Pangaea Ultima in about 250 million years. In this scenario, the Atlantic Ocean will have closed, bringing the Americas crashing back into Africa and Europe. Another fascinating possibility involves the fate of Africa. The continent is currently being torn apart by a rift valley in its eastern region. The East African Rift is a massive crack in the crust that is slowly widening. In about 10 million years, this rift could become so large that the ocean floods in, tearing a huge chunk of East Africa away from the mainland, including parts of Ethiopia, Kenya, and Somalia. This new landmass would become a large island, and a new ocean basin would form in its place. What about 100 million years from now? The picture becomes a bit clearer, though still speculative. By then, Africa will have fully collided with southern Europe, creating a vast mountain range. Australia will have moved north, merging with Southeast Asia. The Atlantic Ocean will be significantly narrower than it is today. The world map would be utterly unrecognizable to us. Places we call home, the coastlines we know, the oceans we sail, all reshaped into a new and different world, thanks to the slow, unstoppable dance of the tectonic plates. Thinking about continents moving and a future Earth that looks so different can feel a bit overwhelming, but it's also incredibly exciting. It reveals that our planet is not a static museum piece, but a living, breathing, and dynamic system. The mountains that seem so permanent are still rising. The oceans that seem so endless are opening and closing. The very land we build our lives on is on a slow journey across the globe. This constant change is a fundamental part of what makes Earth so special. It drives evolution. It creates new habitats. It recycles the materials that make up our world. This knowledge gives us a profound sense of perspective. The history of humanity is just a tiny blip on the geological timescale. We have existed for only a fraction of a second in the grand story of our planet's continental movements. The forces that move continents operate on a scale of time and power that is almost beyond our comprehension. Realizing this can be humbling, but it should also inspire a deep sense of wonder and curiosity. There are still so many secrets hidden deep within the Earth. There are so many discoveries waiting to be made about how our world works and where it is going. The story of plate tectonics is a fantastic example of how science works. It started with an observation, grew with evidence from fossils and rocks, was challenged because the mechanism was unknown, and was finally confirmed with new technology. It's a story of curiosity, persistence, and the thrill of uncovering a truth that was hidden in plain sight all along. So, the next time you look at a world map, remember you are only looking at a single frame in a very long movie. The Earth is constantly remaking itself. The ground beneath our feet is part of an ancient and ongoing journey. We are lucky to be living in one chapter of that story, and knowing this makes our world and our place in it all the more amazing.